Hey, what's good, y'all? Burke here, aka Chustburn420 on MTGO. Um, Back with the second video to update my modern aggro Slivers deck. Basically, since the last deck, we've had some changes. You know, there've been bans, there's been a new set, and the meta's changed. And so to adjust to that, I had to make some changes to the deck list. The main deck looks pretty similar. There's no Blur Sliver, but we do have an extra Mutavault, and two of the Dregscapes are now Frenzy Slivers. But the sideboard is totally different. Four Chalices to help against Prowess, Amulet Titan, kinda, and other randomness like Mardu, Pyromancer, or see what else did I use it against? 8-rack, just I don't know, randomness. Delver, you know, it's just it's a good catch-all for a bunch of random different decks. Uh, five grave hate slots because Dredge is pretty damn good right now, and with the new set focused on graveyard mechanics, you know, Euro is pretty good too. There's a lot going on, but I figure if we're gonna aggressively mulligan for grave hate against Dredge, might as well go for a fifth piece of hate. Uh, I still like Grafdiggers over Leyline here, partly because games sometimes go long enough where you could draw them, but also partly because, you know, Neoform is on the rise, and Grafdigger's Cage also stops Neoform. And other randomness, that some of those combo decks that search their libraries with the what's that new Green Sun Zenith? I forgot what it's called. Anyway, that thing. But yeah, just random stuff. Uh, anyway, but between Leyline and Grafdiggers, that's kind of personal preference. And if you guys like Leyline better, I could see that. Spatial Contortion is now in over Dismember because basically because of prowess. You know, Dismember is pretty bad against prowess. Like, yeah, you want to kill the creatures, but not at the cost of 4 life. But in almost any other matchup, this member will be better. It's just prowess is pretty prominent right now. And, you know, Harmonic Sliver is a staple. You gotta have a couple of them at least. But, yeah, so I made most of these changes last night. I entered a prelim in a league and swept them both. This deck went on a 10-0 run. So, while these windows are still open, I figured, let's see, it's the prelim and the league. I figured we'll go through and, you know, go through these replays. All right, enough talking. Let's go through this shit. I should have started the replays first because there's so much to go through. But, all right. Let's see. Play. All right. So, always nice to go first with the vial, stomping ground. At this point, I'm like, okay, is this Jund or escape shift? Yeah, I think at this point I was still trying to figure it out, and you know, I don't even remember what it was. I remember trying to figure it out, but then looking back, because you know, it's been like almost a whole day since. I don't even remember what I played against. Let's see, what was it? 'Cause these cards could be either deck, right? I want to say Jund. I want to say Jund because if it was Scapeshift, they'd be ramping up like crazy by now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Jund. If it's Scapeshift, it's doing a really bad job being Scapeshift. But yeah. Oh, alright, so game one, I wasn't completely sure. Oh, right. And then wait, how do I go back? Okay, so game two. mean, I didn't mind losing my vial too much because I still had like 3 lands. Yeah, it slowed me down a little bit, but although I think I lost this game, so maybe I shouldn't have minded. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. I don't really know what I'm saying. I shouldn't give any commentary here. I will say that Frenzy Sliver seems really underrated in the Sliver community. I do realize that my deck is an aggro deck, a lot different than most of the mid-range or well, most of the mid-range decks that you see. I'm not even gonna talk about the combo ones because that's a whole different beast. But yeah, since mine is more aggro based, Frenzy Sliver slots in better. I realize it's weaker than any of the other lords, but it's still lords like 13 and 14. I went up to 16 at one point, but it's like, nah, I kind of need Dreadscapes. Well, I mean, I don't need them, but you know, I like them. But yeah, Plague Engineer is always bad. But that's the price you pay when you play Traveler. But yeah, it hurts me a lot more than other Sliver decks. Like, you know, those mid-range decks that I was just saying that my deck isn't. They're a little more resistant because their Slivers tend to be a little bigger. But I kind of overload on these 1 toughness Slivers, and that's the price I pay. And for some of these, you notice I don't concede early enough. I don't know why. I hate conceding sometimes. And you know, sometimes there are games where like I think there's no way in hell I'm gonna win, and shit happens. Or sometimes I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna sideboard while I'm still, you know, just go through the motions or like trying to see more of their deck. Like, even if I know a lot, sometimes it's like, all right, show me more. So yeah, if you guys are wondering why the hell I don't concede early enough for some of these, yeah, there's reasons. Reasons aside from trying to be an asshole. I promise that's not it. Or is it? So yeah, spatial contortion, Plague Engineer is one of the main things we need to get rid of. Like, yeah, it'd be cheaper if we had Dismember here, but yeah, it's cool. It's not that bad. And full disclaimer, part of the reason I went on this 10-0 run is probably because I didn't see any prowess in the 10 games, but hey, if we do see it, we're prepared now, right? So ever since I started playing this deck, I always made sure to have the begin combat thing marked at the stop, because, you know, after the cryptic command tap all my creatures, I still want that window to activate my Mutavaults. So now by force of habit, I activate my Mutavaults and I violate my guys when I have haste, like at the last possible moment at the begin combat. Because before I used to do it during the main, and most of the time there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But if you can do it a little later, it can't hurt. It can only help, right? So yeah, if you're playing this on Moto, I highly suggest you know, putting a stop there because I didn't do that at first, and it fucked me over. And now I'm just gonna leave it there. Just you know, wait, what? Did it just freeze? Did this thing just freeze? Hold on. Uh, Did this just freeze? Okay, well anyway, I got this one. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. I don't know what happened in the last of that game. Round two. Uh, yeah, so anticlimactic. I know. I'm sorry. More hand disruption. More hand disruption. Oh, was this the 8 rack? Alright, yeah. So at this point I'm like, wait. Because with Thoughtseize, it's like, okay, Thoughtseize is no big deal, you know, like nothing out of the ordinary here. And then Raven's Crime. Ooh, we can highlight in a replay. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I was like, wait, this is different. I guess I should have known it was just all black lands, but yeah. So 8 rack. I think I slightly misplayed at some point during this match, because against discard, I have this habit of like stashing a land in my hand, just instead of playing it, just like trick him into burning discard. But then I forget that with Raven's Crime, it doesn't really work. I mean, it still makes them discard a card or a land or whatever. But I mean, anyway, so they got me first. Let's see. 2-2. All right, game 2. Round 2, game 2. I don't understand this created step trigger only opponents thing in chat. That was just spamming, but I figure my opponent knows how to do some shortcut stuff that I'm too lazy to learn. So the spatial contortion. I can explain the spatial contortion. They're playing black, and I'm paranoid of Plague Engineers. But it doesn't mean it was the right thing to play. Or to side in. Fortunately, it didn't matter. It ended up being discard bait anyway. But yeah, that's just my reasoning for that. I don't think I saw any Plague Engineers, but I don't know. They're playing black. You'd think with only one color to make a sideboard, you throw some Plague Engineers in there. Like, not for slivers, but for like humans or some shit. But maybe they just didn't draw them. Or maybe they had them and I forgot. I don't know. My memory's pretty bad for some reason. Graph Diggers to stop the Ravens thing. I don't know if that's the right call, but that's the reasoning. Chalice is a little more obvious, but I'm still not sure how much it actually did. That's the thing with Chalice. It's one of those cards where like it could be doing a lot or not that much, but you don't know without knowing what's in your opponent's hand. But if it's out in play and good things happen, I'm gonna assume it's doing something. I'm not normally a Chalice player. This is my first time using Chalice. Well, not counting Legacy Slivers, but Yeah, other than playing Slivers, I haven't used Chalice before, so it's like I'm not normally the evil Chalice player. It's a good but evil feeling. Just anyway, that's that. So round three. Round three. All right, this was a 2-0. Field of the Dead. Once upon a time, Field of the Dead. That's how you want to see the game start. That's just lovely. Okay, so this looks like Titan, and it's one of those matchups that I think could go both ways. It seems like a tight match. So no promises. And I think I just got lucky with some good draws here. So there's that Summoner's Pack. That's what Chalice is for. Again, you know, it's not guaranteed to hit. Sometimes they have the Titan already in hand, but I mean between the packs and their ways to Teleria search for the packs. I mean, I I figure the challenges do something. Just, you know, it's like a lottery ticket. It could totally fuck with their game plan and win you the game, or it could do nothing. But I mean, for one card, that's not a bad gamble to take. Sometimes I don't know. I'm really not positive it's the right call, but eh. Wait, did it freeze again? What about our hard fought game? What happened? Huh? But but okay, so let's try that one more time. Maybe it's like one of the things you just gotta restart. No, it's just caught here. Well, this replay's fucked. Sorry. Let's yeah, it's just playback finished. Okay, so game 2. Hopefully this one works a little better. So basically, we racing. Beatdown versus them setting up their Titan stuff. But yeah, look at this. Look at Frenzy Sliver. Look at Frenzy Sliver doing his thing. Alright, so that's game 2. Round 4. Round 4, game 1. Okay, so at this point I'm like, I think this is John. I think this is the one that ended up being like Mardu Pyromancer or something. Cold Brew, okay, I mean, it could still be John. Then I see the Marsh Flats and I go, wait, is this John trying to bluff me? Did they play Marsh Flats? Did the guy just run out of? And then at this point I realized there's no green, and then a plains comes in. It's like, oh, okay. My bad. So yeah, Mardu Pyromancer. Back from the dead with no faithless, but wait, did they get any new toys from Theros? I think they got. I mean, they had to have gotten something from Theros. Yeah, I remember there was this one card that I had to stop and like really read. Like, what the hell does this do? I think he did get a new toy from Theros, but hell if I know what it's called. We'll see. Leeching Sliver is so underrated. Leeching and Frenzy. I think that's what differentiates my build of Slivers from what's it called? From the mid-range Coco utility type one. I sacrifice all the bells and whistles for just more beatdown, which has its pros and cons. You know, I'm not saying that the other version ain't valid. Obviously, it is. I'm just saying this version's valid too, and that it's a different deck. All right, I gotta hit play. Yeah, Chalice. Why not? I mean, all the discard, the bolts. I figured they got some. Oh, but they got K commands. It's all good. I got a second Oh wait, never mind. I don't have a second Chalice. So I tried, but they obviously wanted the Chalices dead, which means the Chalices were doing something, right? What game was this again? I forgot what game this was. I think this is game 2? Yeah, this Chalice isn't here. Of course this is game 2. I don't want to forget what we're on and like mix up the order. So this is round 4, game 2. And I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Right? I don't remember what happened. dead yet? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna commentate. I'm just gonna. Oh wait, maybe I don't die here. Because I got a flyer, and I can just fly over for the kill. Wait, but then they got flyers. Well, I don't remember what happened in this game. Oh, and then they do that stuff. Okay, yeah. They got me. They got me. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not enough. Yeah, they got me. I think at that point it was like I might as well swing since I lost. Alright, so they got game 2. And then round 4, game 3. So yeah, that's exactly who I want a special contortion right there. Scared me for a second. I thought there was gonna be an elemental in response, but nope. Nope. Why do you even do that so early? Why not just wait till the end of your turn? Am I missing something? Or at the end of my turn? What did I say? But yeah, if you guys like straight beatdown decks, Slivers is that deck for you. At least this version of it. Alright, so that's game 3. And then round 5. Leyline! Okay, so yeah, this was that weird combo shit. You guys remember the Hedron Crab combo from way back in the day? This is like the spiritual descendant of that. I miss the Tempest Urza Saga days. Anyone remember Tempest Urza Saga Standard? Yeah, that whole combo winner was like the funnest type 2 ever. Anyway, so dude's doing the Hedron Crab bullshit, and at this point, oh yeah, I think at this point I hit 0 and went to the bathroom or something. So, uh, yeah, I didn't actually sit and watch him do this. So I was like, well, I gotta pee anyway, so you go do your thing. I mean, if you're gonna play a combo deck, might as well make you do it, right? Like, part of the punishment of playing a deck like that is you have to go through the tedious motion. I just really had a piss. Okay, so, no, but seriously, that's the best time to piss. When someone's going off on you and you can't do shit and you have to piss, just go piss then. The John Finkel strat. All right, so game 2. No ley line, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just trying to race them. And yeah, that's that. All right, so game 3 for the 5-0. They mull the 4, but they get the ley line. So at this point, you know, they're down to 1 card. They got 2 spatials, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kill that noble. But then I later realized I probably shouldn't have, because I think they had like 2 more mana dudes right after that. But yeah, like instead of glow, I probably should have went Cloud Shredder there. You know, put some pressure on them. They had like 1 card, but you know, I don't know. Maybe I guess it wasn't that bad of a decision knowing what I knew. But yeah, then they did that. It's like, okay, hold on, let me rethink things. Now let's go Smash mode. And then I saw that, and it was like, oh shit, okay. That's fine. Good thing we got 1 more. So this is one of those places where Dismember would have been much, much better. But the spatial was still serviceable. But if Prowess dies down enough, and you know, we didn't see it here, then yeah, maybe we can go back to Dismembers. But the spatials didn't fail, and you know, in theory they're better against Prowess too, right? I don't know, but okay, those of you who saw my last video may recall that I used to have 4 Dismember there. I'm not sure. Maybe a mix is good. Maybe a mix so you can bring some in first Prowess, or maybe just Dismembers and just punt Prowess. I don't know. We'll see how the meta goes. But yeah, there's a lot of Prowess out there. I feel like over time Prowess will go down as people diversify into other decks, but you know, for now, while the meta is uncertain, it's like the obvious deck to start with. But as that goes down, eventually, maybe we can go back to Dismembers. But I'm gonna go with the spatials, at least for now, at least until Prowess dies down. Let's see. So that was that's the prelim, and then the league. Let's see. Match 1. Game 1. So that was the prelim, and now we're on the league. And keep in mind that leagues have a lower level of competition. You know, I say yeah, a 10-0 run, but you know, half of it was league. But at the same time, you know, it's still good to, you know, I guess practice without spending triple the price in prelims all the time. But yeah, you do notice that you see more tier decks in the prelims, and you see more like pet decks in league, if that makes sense. So just something to keep in mind. Like, you know, take this half of the results with a grain of salt. You'd be surprised with the 5-0 in leagues. But anyway. So yeah, just random over there. And then game 2. Looks like it was a little longer. I like how I have the exact times there. That was 7 minutes, and then now this is a condensed 11 minutes. I wish we had more flyers. But it's okay. Eight flying slivers is pretty good. Like, so there's also a shadow sliver, and it's one of those cards where sometimes I really want to stick one in the side, just one shadow sliver, just as extra evasion. But I don't know, that'd be like the sideboard, or some people call it the maybe board. Definitely got shadow sliver there. But it's also a 3 casting cost 1/1. The only 3 casting cost 1/1. Not bad. My stomach is growling. I must be hungry. The only what was I saying? The only 3 casting cost 1/1 I'll run is harmonic, because harmonic is like game breaking. Like it'll win or lose. It'll win a game that would have otherwise been lost. Like I mean, come on, it's harmonic sliver. Anyone who's ever played with it knows. I'm sorry. Harmonic Sliver is just really fun. And Harmonic Sliver and Frenetic Sliver together allow for some really, really fun interactions. Oh, you try to target my dude, I'll flicker it, and when it comes back, I'll destroy that. Anyway, so that was that game 2? Yeah, that was game 2. Alright, so match 2. Ooh, this one's longer. Game 1. Looks like it was a loss. Forced my vial. Yeah, the thing about Slivers is, you know, they're all team players. They need a lot of teammates on the board to really shine. When they keep getting removed or exiled when they're trying to get cast, you know, it's harder for them to shine. Oh look, Snapcaster Path. So yeah, this was this is a typical control takes control game. And then when the Stoneforge comes out, the shit hits the fan. That sounds about right. And there's that 4/4 life link. Oh wait, with the sword. And this one, I'm pretty sure I knew I lost. I think I was just trying to see a little more of their deck. All right, there we go. Game 2. Comeback time. Hold the 5 there. Yikes. But I mean, for a 5-land hand, this is, or 5 card hand, is pretty good. 5 card hand is pretty good. Someone on the Discord or the Sliver Discord asked why it's a basic planes. Basically, because most of the 2 casting costs on the Slivers have a colorless in their casting cost, but the ones that don't both have a white in common, so a white mana symbol in common. So yeah, planes basically helps for everyone that doesn't cost 1, if that makes sense. All right, so game 3. And also on the Sliver Discord, we're talking about possible adjustments to the mana base, and I was saying that if I did cut a Ziggurat, because those things are annoying sometimes, that they don't provide colorless. Oh, I gotta hit play. If I do cut a Ziggurat, it'd probably be for a Fury Island, because looking at the mana, it'd probably work best in conjunction with the planes. But even then, I've been too scared to do it because the Ziggurat does really save us sometimes. We really do need that 5-color land. Unlike other Sliver builds, this one doesn't pack any mana weft slivers or anything like that. So we need our 5-color lands. Oh man, these long control matchups. So yeah, at this point I'm just gonna flood the board. And the thing about Slivers is it's got enough reach where it can basically fight through a 4/4 lifelinker. Flying is nice too. Having 2 guys that provide flying is nice too, so you can't just path 1. Alright, so that's that. Round 3. Right here. Sorry. Oh man, these are long games. Alright, I gotta take a piss. When we get to the 3rd one, that's like a 27-minute game, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom and hit play. Because my video editor doesn't work, so I gotta do this all in one take. I can't just splice it out. I'm sorry, I know that's kind of bad, but my video editor doesn't work and I can't afford to buy a new one. So, I'm using OBS. We're just gonna record this as is, and just toss it straight onto YouTube. My bad. I should have pissed before I started this. So yeah, Emery's alive. And this person's got a real interesting Ancient Grudge liquid metal coating combo going on. A lot of props. It's one way to adapt to the bans and still play an artifact-based Urza Emery deck. And I think it's genius, honestly. Props to this person. So yeah, that was game 1. Game 2. So this is where we get to see the Urza deck fully stretch out. Emery flips an Astrolabe. Seen this before. And yeah, I realized a sinew sliver would allow me to swing for an extra point of damage. But yeah, I think it worked out. Having that being able to fly and still play the harmonic on turn 3 seemed helpful, so I think that was the right call. I mean, not that I won this game or anything, so I don't know. I lost, so nothing I did was really right, was it? But yeah, so I think I have a reason in there. Graph Diggers as a solution to Emery, but not enough. Yeah, apparently having artifact sideboard cards isn't the best plan against a deck that main decks what's probably a full playset of Ancient Grudge. I don't, if not a full playset, at least like 2 or 3. I know I saw a couple of them. I would guess at least 3, but possibly a full playset. I shouldn't say for sure, but possibly a full playset. Either way, yeah. That's the thing about artifact hate. and I guess it works, because in this meta, Graph Digger's Cage seems better than Layla Under the Void in general. And this deck has like built-in solutions in its strategy to destroy the hate against it. So yeah, props again to this person for this very creative deck, which is whoop my ass this game. So yeah, they made me gain a shitload of life, but it doesn't matter because as long as they stay alive, they win the long game. You know, between Nature's Claim and the 2 Grove of the Burn Willows, really interesting seeing Grove of the Burn Willows with no punishing fire, but it works here because all they got to do is survive to the late game. In the late game, they get so ridiculously powerful that, you know. So yeah, Leyline drew it here. It's a dead card. Wish it was a Graph Digger's Cage, but we can only run 4, and I wanted 5, so that one Leyline will have to do. I don't know. Maybe eventually we'll take it out, but for now, I think all these graveyard strategies are too rampant, and I'm perfectly comfortable devoting 5 sideboard slots to graveyard hit. Shit, maybe 6. Maybe we should go up to 6. Nah. 5 seems good. 5 seems good. Magus. Interesting that it's a Magus and not an actual Blood Moon. Because our removal still works here, but yeah, this game was way out of reach by now. Look, I'm at 30. Yeah, 30 to 5, but look at that board. Holy shit. I'm like, you don't want to concede when you're at 30 and they're at 5, but okay, I conceded. I was like, all right, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Game 3. It was a 27-minute game. God damn. I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be right back. Have fun watching a 27-minute game. Even sped up. This is gonna take a while. I'll be right back. Oh, good. Still going. So what the fuck's going on here? Holy shit, there's a lot of shit on the board. So yeah, Harmonic Sliver and Frenetic Sliver can interact very well together against a deck with a lot of artifacts. You know, like, if you're feeling lucky enough, there's also temptation to just flicker them randomly. Like, make sure you do it during their main phase, though. But no, it's not usually worth it unless you really have to. But it's always an option. Like, if there's ever a must-kill artifact, and you gotta kill it ASAP, but you got both of these out, hey, that's an option. So let's see. Flickering someone. Wait. Why did it just freeze? So I think it ran out of tape or something. But yeah, so with Harmonic and Frenetic, I flickered and disenchanted my way to victory, etc., etc. Alright, that was match 3. Match 4. Game 1. Taxes. Good thing I don't run any fetches though. Like, tax me all you want. I don't fetch shit. Nah, but even though I think it's a favorable matchup, you know, Death and Taxes can always pull some shit. Gotta be careful. So that was game 1. Game 2, I think they pulled some shit game 2. Started with 5. So yeah. Death and Taxes did some Death and Taxes stuff. And that Blade Splicer guy ended up being kind of effective here. But yeah, Flicker Wisp doing Flicker Wisp things. Sword of Fire and Ice reveals. Yeah, this is over. Sorry, my ear is itchy. And game 3. Oh yeah, I gotta hit play. Let's do it again. So yeah, they got the power to wasteland 2 of my things. But, you know, they'd be at 1 land too. Or 2 now. Not completely sure why they didn't, but, you know, who knows what's in their hand. But yeah, then just swing over for the kill. But, settle the wreckage. Alright, let's flicker everybody. Try to clear the board. Alright, everyone scramble every sliver for themselves. Make sure you do the frenetic sliver last. And then, oh, and when they come in, if there's multiple artifacts, make sure you put harmonic sliver on the stack last so that you get to destroy the most shit. But yeah, so that was that. And then the last one, I think this is the dredge deck that just mulligan themselves to death. Let's see. Mull to 6, mull to 5. It might not be actually. I don't remember. Yeah. Alright, so they mull to 5 and then they start off casting a Golgari Thug. I mean, I guess like okay, it could be a blocker and then it could dredge, but it's like they had no way to discard. So it's one of they got Karayan Feeder Madness going on. You gotta be careful of that. But notice what they did here. It's smart. They put the Necromoeba on top first. Or no, Necromoeba there first. Then the Golgari Thug died, and then they put the Necromoeba on top, and then they dredged the Thug, which puts the Narcomoeba back in play. I didn't even see that line. I'll admit, I didn't even see that line, and I was like, oh shit. I don't know if I would have done anything differently, because I had to attack either way, right? But yeah, I thought that was brilliant. But the fact that they had to resort to that to begin with shows that they had a shit hand, and that they just got unlucky. Alright, so that was game 1. And game 2. To seal the 10-0 streak. And they mulled to 3. I had 2 Grafdiggers in hand, but I was like, okay, maybe I'll keep 1 in hand in case they got a force of vigor. And then it's like, alright, they just conceded. At that point, when you mull to 3 and then you see a Grafdigger's Cage, if only they knew I had a second one. Just in case. But yeah, so that concludes it. Thanks for watching. Hit me up if you got any questions. I'm Burke on Twitch. All my random socials and shit are down here. Peace, y'all. And happy Lunar New Year to those who celebrate. I think that's in like a few hours. Alright. Space Shuttle, stop recording. Right.